Hello again, this is Rodolfo Eric Angat, your teacher in Earth and Environmental Science. Today we'll be discovering about the seasons on Earth. We have to remember that the reason why we have seasons is because the Earth is tilted on its axis at an angle of 23.5 degrees. But also remember, let's review, Earth's tilt is not always 23.5 degrees. And this tilt changes a little bit because of the process of nutation, which we discussed before. For today, let us focus on Earth's tilt and how it affects the seasons. The differences in the sun's heating power cause different climate zones on Earth. We have three general climate zones. We have tropical, both north and south of the equator, temperate, both north and south of the equator, and polar, both north and south of the equator. The equator is located at 0 degree latitude. So this is the equator right here. Climatologists divide the Earth into temperature zones according to the latitude. 0 to 30 degrees latitude, north is tropical. 0 to 30 degrees latitude south is also tropical. 30 degrees to 60 degrees north is temperate. And this is where the United States is located, most of it. And 30 degrees to 60 degrees south is also temperate. And finally, 60 to 90 would be polar north. 60 to 90 is also polar south. Now, the reason why we have differences in the sun's heating power is not because the sun does not give us all the same sunlight. That's not the reason. The reason why we receive different sun's heating power in different regions on Earth is again because the Earth is tilted on its axis. Places closest to the equator receive more sunlight because sunlight hits Earth in this region at, at, at a very direct way, at a straight angle. Sunlight is more focused in the regions closer to the equator. As you go higher or as you go away from the equator, both north and south, sunlight hits Earth more at an angle, which causes sunlight to be more spread out. So the higher you go, the more spread sunlight is when it hits Earth. So the more spread it is, the less heat that the region receives. So this one here, the polar region, is the coldest one because sunlight here is spread so large that the polar region does not get enough heat to melt the ice. Again, as you go higher away from the equator, the colder it is because the sunlight is more spread out as you go to higher latitudes. The same thing is true in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Now let's further discuss the seasons on Earth by looking at this chart here. Let's begin with June 21st. So during June 21st, it's summer. It's called the summer solstice because days are longer than nights. And during the summer solstice, in the United States, of course, the northern, or rather the North Pole, most of it, receive 24-hour sunlight, which means this region here experiences 24-hour daytime when it is summer. And again, summer is June 21st. But remember, the seasons in the northern hemisphere are opposite to the seasons in the southern hemisphere. I need you to remember that. After June, after summer, we go to fall. That would be the autumnal equinox, and it begins on September 21st, or sometimes September 22nd. Now, the autumnal equinox is called an equinox because during this season, days and nights are equal. Okay? Days and nights are equal. That's the meaning of equinox. After the autumn, we go to December 21st. That would be the winter solstice. During the winter solstice in the United States and areas in the northern hemisphere, the nights are longer during the nights are longer than the days. So that is during the winter solstice. So again, you have to remember the seasons in the northern hemisphere are opposite to the seasons in the southern hemisphere. Winter in the northern hemisphere, summer in the southern hemisphere. During this time, some areas in the northern regions experience 24-hour nighttime. These regions here. See it? So the way that the earth is tilted makes these areas here dark for 24 hours because they don't receive sunlight. As opposed during summer, these areas here receive sunlight 24 hours. So it's always daytime when it's summer, and here it's always nighttime when it is winter to us. So remember, the season in the northern hemisphere is opposite to the season in the southern hemisphere. Now let's go now to the vernal equinox, which begins on March 21st according to this chart. And it's an equinox again, which means the days and nights are equal. Now, one thing that probably you've noticed is that Earth's northern axis is always pointing to the same direction, whatever season it is. This is correct. Earth's axis is always pointing in the same direction. And where is it pointing? It's always pointing to the northern star, which is Polaris. As of now, that is. Thousands of years from now, our northern star Polaris will change. It will not be Polaris anymore because of precession, and we've learned that in our previous discussion. Hopefully, you still remember that. Again, this is the seasons of Earth, and hopefully, you will remember all the concepts. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and you'll be needing clarifications on this. Please ask me. Thank you so much. Okay.